All right, so welcome to November 18th, 2020, page 38, Latin root med or mead. It depends on the circumstances. Okay, usually it's mead, okay, which means middle. That's the Latin root. And the first word is the word mediate. What's the word? Excellent, mediate. It means to help two people or two groups or groups settle their differences, okay, which is a great synonym, settle. Terrific synonym is negotiate, to arbitrate, to step in. Great example of people who have to mediate things: a referee, an umpire, a judge. Okay, like Judge Judy, she has to mediate between the two parties. Okay, to resolve, to settle, to intercede, or to intervene. And the antonym would mean to interfere or to block, to provoke, as opposed to having people settle things, provoking, pushing it. Mediate, okay? Mediate. Mediate. And you're saying, why is he pronouncing it that way? It's a little bit different. Well, that's because of the Latin root, okay? Mediate. Mediate. We have 1, 2, 3 things to mark up. Let's go. Underline the E, the A, and the silent E twice. Draw an arrow back. Why? You know the rest. Okay, the E can say E at the end of a syllable. That is rule 4. Please make sure that your parentheses touch the line and are curved. Okay, the next one is the word mediocre. What's the word? Excellent, mediocre. All right, so mediocre means neither good nor bad. It's really just ordinary. It's average. It's ho-hum, humdrum, common, middle of the road, medium, moderate, everyday, run of the mill, nothing, or out of the ordinary, nothing, just ordinary, plain. Terrific synonym. All right, and there's no such thing as being wonderfully average. There's no such thing as being mediocre. All right, now second rate is another terrific synonym for mediocre. Anyway, the antonym would be going to one extreme or the other. It could be extraordinary or able, talented, or the opposite, because it's right in the middle, mediocre. It's neither good nor bad. So it could be extraordinary, able, talented, right, skilled, or incompetent, or showing incompetence. Okay, the lack of ability. Mediocre, so it's a little bit different. Ochre. Okra. Okay, so let's go. Ochre. I know it's supposed to be a little bit of switch, but that's the way it retained it. All right, so we have 2 things to mark up. Underline the E and the silent E twice. Job number 5. No, pardon me. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, sorry. Underline the O and the silent E twice. Ugh. All right, underline the O and the silent E twice. Draw an arrow back. Why? Because in this case, the silent E makes the O say O. I got a little bit confused by my own writing. I'm trying not to be mediocre. Okay, the E can say E at the end of a syllable. That is rule 4. All right, the next word is very current with what you guys are learning, and it's the word medieval. What's the word? Medieval, meaning the Middle Ages. The Dark Ages, things that are Gothic, are very often associated with medieval times. Archaic, old-fashioned, primitive. Great antonym because, again, it's the middle part. It's one extreme or the other. So a great antonym, for medieval is modern, bringing it up to date. On the other hand, if it's old, it's ancient. So again, that's why they called it the Middle Ages. It was in between ancient times and modern times, okay? Medieval, let's go. Medieval. So let's go. Medieval. Excuse me, medieval. Eva. Sorry, I have something stuck in my throat. Okay, how do we mark this up? Underline the E and the E. The E can say E at the end of a syllable. That's rule 4. Even though there are 2 of them, it does not add up to rule 8. The next word, I like this word very, very much so, because going back to its Latin roots and the etymology, it makes perfect sense. The word is media. What's the word? You know, we hear it all the time in terms of social media, right? Okay, but what exactly is it? Media is a means for communicating information to many people. Radio, TV, newspapers, internet, telephones are all forms of media, all right? And we rely on the media to report the news fairly. There's a great phrase with the word media. The role is really of the media to report the truth, but many people in the media just want to get the story out there and not have the facts in order. Okay, so again, our goal from the media is for clear and honest communication. So some great synonyms: newspaper, radio, TV, internet, channel, and we're going to come back to channel in a second. A forum, the vehicle, not a car or transportation, a vehicle, the means by which you communicate that information, your broadcast, your method or your means, right? People rely on one type of media, all right? And it's not the greatest thing. You want a variety of sources, okay? But getting back to the word channel, like we turned TV channel, but here's why this is related to its etymology. All right, media. It used to be, they used to have fortune tellers and soothsayers who thought they could predict the future. They were talking to the spirits, and the spirits would talk through them, and then they would communicate with you. They were the medium. They were the middle. That's where the word media comes from. Media, okay? Like you think about a TV show, right? The actors are on TV or the news, right? And then it's broadcast through the airwaves, right? And then the TV or the internet, that's the media, that's the medium by which they're communicating to you. So it's news outlets, TV or internet, then you. The TV or the outlets, the media outlets, or even TV show, that's the media. Okay. And you are on the receiving end and someone's on the giving end. All right. Anyway, so that's why medium is related to the word media. Okay. And let's see. So I can't really think of any antonyms right now other than ignorance, but I would just leave it alone with the antonym. Okay. Media. Let's go. Media. We use a. So let's go. Media. 2 things to mark up. Underline the E. Think about it. Excellent. Third sound. The E can say E at the end of a syllable. That is rule 4. Okay. So the next word is the word intermediate. Intermediate. What's the word? You got it. You guys know if you play video games with the different levels, right? We're going to get back to that in a minute, so just hold tight. So intermediate means it's medium, it's in the middle level, it's in between, it's halfway, it's at the midpoint. Maybe it's in the center or it's central, it's between. Intermediate means also an average sort of a level. Yeah, not too good, not too bad. And by the way, just getting back to the word mediocre, tepid. All right. Anyway, let's get back to intermediate. You guys play video games all the time, and they have beginner, intermediate or middle level, and expert, right? It's meaning top level. Okay. So there are antonyms also, beginner and expert. You need both of them for the antonym because since intermediate, all these words are in the middle, you go from one extreme to the other, okay? But again, beginner, expert, extreme, beginning and end, or first and last. Okay, those are excellent antonyms. Intermediate, let's go. Intermediate. At. Intermediate. Intermediate. All right, 1, 2, 3 things to mark up. Let's go. Underline the the E, and the silent E twice. Job number 5. The E can say E at the end of a syllable. Excellent job. So the first word is the word preliminary. What's the word? Preliminary. Pre means before. And I almost think of the word like, it almost sounds like eliminate, right? To get rid of, before you get rid of, right? So think about a preliminary experiment. Tells you certain things you learn, but you may have to take the experiment further, right? What are the preliminary results of the experiment or your observations? So preliminary is really like the first, all right? Like an introduction, preliminary competitions, right? The initial, the first, the basic, the preliminary information you need about Thanksgiving. It's the basic information, the fundamental information. Sometimes they'll say a pilot, not someone who flies an airplane, but like a pilot program, a test program. Let's see how this works. And if it works well, we'll continue doing this in other places or with other people, a pilot program, pilot. All right, a test run, a trial. These are preliminaries, okay? All right, so let's go. Preliminary. Let's go. Preliminary. Sorry about that. I'm getting arthritis in my old age. Preliminary. Okay, so how do we mark this up? Underline the E and the A. The E and the A can say their names at the end of a syllable. That is, we can do repeat. Okay, rule 4. Sorry about that. And the last word is the word rational. Rational. Okay, rational, using an old word, is the word logical. Reasonable, sensible, using your sense, you're sane, you're judicious, you're wise, you're sage, you're sagacious, you're objective, you go by the facts, not just not feelings, facts over feelings. Okay, rational. We've heard this all the time. Come on, let's use reason as our guide. That's being rational. An antonym is unreasonable, irrational, illogical, insecure. Okay. I'm sorry. Not insecure. Sorry. Scratch that. Insane. All right. A great synonym for rational is sane. Okay. But insane, the opposite. Unintelligent, senseless, foolish. Okay. Those are antonyms. So again, synonyms: reasonable, logical, sensible, sane, judicious, wise, sage, sagacious, objective. Rational. Let's go. Rational. We use the sh that starts with a tall letter. Let's go. Rational. Rational. Now, when you look up the etymology, you'll understand. Tion, that suffix usually means full of. Full of ra? I don't know. But you'll have to look it up. You'll see. Anyway, we have 1, 2 things to mark up. We don't say rational. We say rational. Yes, first sound. Rare that we do it. And underline the sh. Okay? So let's go. Rational. Preliminary. Rational. There we go. Just a little unclear what I did. Intermediate. Media. A lot of people don't trust the media. Some people do trust the media. That's your decision to make, okay? Just putting that out there for you, okay? Always use your critical thinking faculties where you try to make sense, try to make sure that it is rational and it makes sense. Medieval, the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, okay? Mediocre, average, ho-hum, common, plain, ordinary. Mediate, again, to negotiate, to bargain. To negotiate, to resolve or settle. 3 great examples. A judge has to mediate between 2 differing parties. A referee and an umpire have to do the same thing in sports. Okay, so there you go.